This is Palvera, the city I've been building in my Minecraft world for the past couple months. My goal is to create a world that feels lived in, one that feels like it can be explored. I've always loved open world games, and that feeling you get when you explore them, I hope to replicate it here. Today, we are working on a brand new expansion to Palvera, a district centered on government. If this is the first video of mine you're watching, then I hope you enjoy and stay for the ride. Let's get started. This is a wonderful view of our city that we built here, but that is not why I have come up here. I mean, it's a good bonus, but I have come up here to show you what's behind me. Here we have this just untapped piece of land. I haven't done a single thing to like any of this, but this is going to be the new home of a brand new district in Palvera. But as you can see, like I said, it's untapped. So we have a lot of work to do in fixing up this landscape and getting it ready, because it's going to be great. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get started on working with this, and I'll touch base with you after I've gotten a little bit done and kind of explain further. Well, I do believe that was the last tree that we needed to cut down. I'm going to put this wood and stuff in here, save it for later, because I know I'll want it. I think that was it. So, if we take a look here, let's go ahead and fly back up to our perch. I don't know if I'm going to make this first try, but we'll definitely give it a shot. Nope. Okay, whatever. That's good enough. So, this right here is gonna be the part we're working on in this episode, at least. And essentially, with everything that's gone down in Palvera, the Chancellor and all that business that happened last episode, consequently, he is designing and immediately having it constructed a brand new district kind of dedicated towards government facilities. And it's going to span this kind of whole area right here. And the first part we're doing right now is going to be right up here. And we're going to be working on the Capitol building, this brand new building meant to house the Chancellor, Palvera's future council, whenever he so decides that there will be one. It'll be right up here. It's going to be a jail as well, and kind of just more government type buildings sprinkled throughout here. And then down that way, I think we're going to have some like residential buildings, just a place where people live, whatnot. This is just the first expansion of Palvera, with many more to come. But yeah, that's kind of the breakdown of what we're going to be doing here. So we got a little bit more terraforming to do. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So just touching base here. We've kind of done some work in here, and I've got some terrain built up, and as you can see, there are lots of things spawning underneath it, which are not good, but whatever. So this right here, where it's kind of noisy, is going to be a forest, and it's going to be pretty lush and full of like kind of just plenty of foliage. And right up here, where there's like this gap, is going to be the pathway leading up to right here. And this kind of like mossy section where there's this outline of moss, this is kind of the outline of a cliff that is going to be right up here, and right on top of it is where the kind of Capitol building is going to be placed. So that's what I'm working on now. And right over here, I'm working on a tiny platform where there's going to be like a jailhouse. So that's kind of where we're at, and I'm going to keep working on it, and I'll see you in a second. So, taking a look, we have finished the cliff, and I think it's okay. I'm not the greatest terraformer, as you know, but, you know, I think it's alright, and I think it'll look a lot better when we have more details in. So, as you can see, the only thing we're kind of missing here is our pathways, and it's because I'm lazy, and I don't want to go get the coral I need to get them. But I'm going to have to eventually. Now, I also, if you look, I have filled in the top up here, and this is going to be where the cat... Did you see that? What was that? Am I crazy? Okay, well, I'm over here now, and there's nothing, so I guess I was crazy. Or maybe it was this dog. Dude, how are the frogs over here? And why are they gathering here? I spawned in these frogs like way over there. Okay, so basically, as I was saying, this is going to be where the Capitol building is going to rest. I'm thinking of like a big tower on this hill that kind of overlooks the city. This is a huge mob spawner down here. It's going crazy. But yeah, I think that kind of sums up what the plan is for right here. My current internal debate is all this land right here. This is also going to get a good bit of terraforming. I'm just questioning whether I want to go ahead and get it over with so that it's easier for future me to get the builds on, or if I just want to save it for later. I haven't really decided yet, but that's kind of my thought process. So I guess while I make that decision, unfortunately, the only thing left to do before I get to really bringing this place up is putting in these pathways, which means I gotta go get coral, unfortunately. And if you didn't know, coral is not fun to mine. Yeah, so I do have a data pack that lets me farm coral and turn it into the blocks, but that sounds also like something I don't want to do right now, is set up a coral farm. So we're just not going to worry about it. We're just going to, I'll grind through it. I'll listen to some Spotify or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of the next game plan. So I'm going to go get to mining. I decimated a lot of coral here, and it broke my heart. So I think moving forward, I want to make a renewable source of coral. So that's definitely something to add to the agenda. Oh, and as you're about to see, I also took home a pet pufferfish. Alright, well, I just got a shulker box of everything I needed, and I'm just gonna hope it's enough. Also, there appears to be a zombie outbreak. It's probably a good thing we're about to get this hole covered. But yeah, I got everything. We're gonna fill out this path, and it'll finally, I think it'll be ready for us to start plopping stuff down on this land. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started doing that, and then I've yet to make a decision, so we'll see about that in a minute. Oh my god, dude. Yo, look at this. Eight zombies just came for me, and there's pillagers up there. God, you can never get some peace and quiet in here, dude. Jesus, I'm gonna cover this up so this don't happen again. Hopefully that zombie problem doesn't pop back up anywhere else. Oh, well, I am here right outside the future location of our capital. Mind the hole, don't trip. So basically, I am ready to go ahead and get building, but first, I kind of wanted to walk you through a little bit of my idea here. So this pathway leads up through here, and kind of my plan is I'm gonna have a kind of fortified building right here, and a fortified building right here, and there's gonna be like a gate, and that way the kind of entrance to this cliff is kind of protected, guarded, and armed. And essentially, once we get into here, it's gonna be kind of like an open courtyard design almost. There's gonna be buildings wrapping around here, and there's gonna be the open courtyard, and that's gonna be our kind of open design capital. So I think I'm ready to go ahead and get started building. As you can see, I opted to do this before finishing terraforming. That might suck for future me, but who cares? Anyway, if you are ready, go ahead and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the build. Well, 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 isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Does that not just feel ominous and impending on you? Because you have to look up at it to come up in here. Isn't that great? I really like it. I think it's wonderful. But, it still feels a little incomplete. Notably this one. As you can see, we have an empty hill up here. So we are gonna build a building coming off of this tower, and it's gonna kind of serve as like the knights' mission room, or just, you know, where the knights meet, where they figure out what they gotta do, what's going on, stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. So yeah. Well, I mean, take a look at that. Is that not a beautiful sight? Like, look at this view. I'm almost debating, like, I don't know if I want to put trees here. What if it blocks this too much? I love this view. It's genuinely beautiful. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? This is kind of our gateway entrance into the capital. What do you think of the banners? I think I like this one. Let's get a better view of it. Yeah, I definitely think I like the diagonal one. I'm not certain on this one right here. I feel like it kind of takes away from the scale a little bit. It makes it seem a little bit smaller, the tower. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm uncertain. But yeah, this house is pretty beautiful. I like it a lot. It's gonna be the knight headquarters, like I discussed. And there are a lot of mobs under here. I need to go through and light that place up so they're not down there. But yeah, you can kind of get a sense of wow, of coming into here, and you're gonna have the courtyard right here. It's gonna be beautiful. So it has been a good minute since I last talked to you, but I have gotten all the supplies for the capital courtyard. So with that, why don't we go ahead and get started with building it? Why don't you sit back, relax, and just enjoy the build. So we are currently at war with the pillagers. But I think we're winning. I think we're doing just fine. You know, they can't really get the best of me anymore. Because, you know, I have full netherite. So these guys are nothing. But we have finished the exteriors of the buildings. Let's go ahead and check it out. Oh my god, it's beautiful. This one looks a little funky to me, but I still like it. I love it. Now, this is quite a beautiful sight. I really tried to spice up my builds here. I tried to use more color. I tried to use a wider variety of blocks. I'm trying to go bigger and better with these builds. So why don't we go ahead and talk about a few little details, but it is getting nighttime, so I'm gonna sleep before I do that. All right, so that's better. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a little walkthrough. This build is 3 buildings connected, and it's forming kind of a courtyard here. And don't fret, we're gonna work on that today too. But I have this little tunnel thing, and I'm a huge fan of this. It creates this little chill space, and eventually I'm gonna have some seating out here just to chill and look out on the city that isn't there yet. But the reason I bring you out here is because look at this. I've incorporated some pink colors, pink hues, you could say, into this build. Let's go ahead and fly out and get a little bit of a better look there. Yeah, man, look at that. Is that not beautiful? And look at this roof. Look at this roof. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do some experimenting, and I'm just trying to level up my builds. As you can see here, we've sprinkled in mud. We have barrels. We even have note blocks in some of the darker spots up there. It's and look at this. Look at this. Endstone, bone, chiseled bookshelves as the windows. I think it's beautiful. Speaking of windows, look at that. Now over here, it's not quite as clear, but it's dried seaweed, and I have chains in front of it to kind of create that other kind of frame. It looks better on this side if we just fly over here and we turn around and look at that. It looks way better on that diagonal building. Diagonal building, that's right. Diags are important. Yeah, so we kind of just have, and we have a gable on this one. So what are these buildings going to be? Well, we are also going to be working on our interiors today, which means all of these are going to be fully fleshed out. This one, I'm thinking we kind of have it be the new council room. Like, so this upper floor up here, excuse me, this upper floor will have the table with the council members, chairs, and whatnot. They don't exist yet, as you know. They died, the old ones. I was thinking we could have maybe some little offices or something down in here. This one, I had an idea for, I can't remember what. This one, I was going to kind of have as a public area. You know, government buildings, they sometimes have like public rooms where you can visit, learn about the history of the government, things like that. So I was thinking something along those lines for this one. And as we discussed, this is going to be like the night meeting room, mission room, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. We're going to work on some of these interiors. We're going to get the courtyard done. And this is going to be a pretty fleshed out area by the time we are done with this episode. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and get started with that. And I think I'm going to start by lighting up the underneath of this so that these monsters aren't groaning all the time. So yeah, we're going to get started with that. Well, we got all the rooms laid out, so just a little walkthrough. This is going to be the armory. This is going to be like a little storage closet, I guess. I don't really know. Coming on upstairs. This is going to be like an office space type thing. We'll work out the details as we go. This is going to be the the main. This is going to be the main. No, this is gonna be the night mission control type thing. There's gonna be, I envision like a big table with a map on it and just showing different places is where they send the knights on quests, things like that. And then right over here, probably just another little closet. But yeah, that's kind of the main idea of our rooms. Now we actually just gotta get stuff kind of put in here. We gotta furnish the place, so I guess we're gonna get on that now. Well, it has been a couple days and I have been hard at work at some interiors. So it is time that I give you a little showcase of them all. So this is the building that's connected to that fortress part right outside. And this is kind of the knight's meeting area type building. So coming in, we have this nice artwork, nice vase, and eventually I'll have signs so that you know what's what. But this is kind of a makeshift armory a little bit. We have some armor stands, no armor yet because I'm too lazy. This is kind of like a weapons rack here, and in here is where we have all of the armor stands where all the armor will be. So that's our little makeshift armory. In here, it's just a little storage closet. Just throw some stuff in here just to kind of fill up the space. Nothing too crazy. Coming on upstairs, we have this nice rug, of course, as always. This, I was thinking, could be kind of like an office space or something, maybe. I don't know. I haven't worked on this part yet. But through here is the main part of the building. This is the Knights meeting room. So this is where the Knights meet and kind of figure out what their missions are, their quests, their goals, whatever. I'm thinking eventually this will be kind of like a big map of the surrounding land. And as you see, we have a banner in here as well for Palvera. And this is kind of just where everybody meets. Over here, I think, is just another storage closet. You know, that's how it is. But yeah, that's the interior. And guess what? Not only did I finish this part, but I've been hard at work outside as well. Oh, it's nighttime. Let's go ahead and make it day real quick. That is much better. But as you can see, I have kind of actually turned this into the courtyard it's supposed to be. And I feel like something should go in the middle here, but I'm not quite sure what yet. So I think for the time being, I'm just gonna kind of leave it empty like this. But I like these little just like spurts of grass. It just feels more alive, I guess. But yeah, it's officially a courtyard. And as you can see, we have a beautiful apple tree. There are two trees that are important to Palvera. That's the birch tree and the apple tree. And I just thought that a nice apple tree right here on the side of the courtyard is a great look. Beyond that, moving into this building, I haven't done all the interiors because I want to get this video out, but I've done most of this one. So coming on in here, this is kind of like the voting place where the council meets, where they act on things. And I'm thinking this is going to be like the Chancellor's office. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but moving on upstairs, we have this like hallway, and that is not supposed to be there, but we have this hallway, and on each end, this is where the two parties vote. And if they end up agreeing without being in the same room with each other, it passes or something like that. I don't know. We're just going with the flow here. But inside, this is the room. So as you can see, I kind of based it off the old council chamber where they have these seats. They meet with this nice banner down the table and just some artwork. And it's nice. It's a nice place to be, nice place to talk about politics. And on the other side, it's basically the same, but we have the other colors in the banner of Palvera instead of pink. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. Eventually, I'll get to work on these offices downstairs, and I'll also get to work finishing up these two buildings. I think this one's going to be like a place that holds all the records of Palvera, like a library of sorts. And this is going to be like a public, kind of like just where you bring the public to see and learn about the capital and everything. But yeah, I think that wraps up everything we have got going on here today. I really like what we've done, and I think this is a great step forward for the future of Palvera. And I know it took a long time to get this video out, but I'm going to try to get a grip on how I'm going to do things and kind of just polishing things up moving forward into the future with this series. So if you liked it, let me know. Leave me some comments, like the video, subscribe even, just let me know. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace.